What's good, people? It's Gavin here. Just a little introduction for this video. A lot of people have been asking when this one's going to be surfacing, and now's the time. Give you a short introduction. There's a video a while ago that went online entitled Naughty Mr. Singh, which featured an elderly man pretty much abusing and harassing a young working girl sex worker in Walsall. He was meant to pay £20, paid her £2, and then there's a bit of an altercation in the street, or why some guy unlucky and filmed it, and then it's reached a few comedy channels. Wall of Comedy posted it, and it's had like millions of hits and stuff. My kind of thing was that, you know, that's someone's daughter, that's someone's sister, someone's mum, etc. And I thought it was bang out of order, basically. So I basically set out to try and speak to people. Initially, the girl who's in the video, but after kind of thinking about it, you know, I don't know what kind of place she'll be, you know, being mentally and stuff like that, and I thought it might be a bit intrusive if I just track her down and start asking her questions. So this led me on to finding a place called Manor Women's Project, which is based in Walsall. It's directed by a lady called Alice and managed by a chap called Greg. The girls here basically they're on the recovery from addiction, various addictions, crack cocaine, heroin, alcohol. And a lot of the girls there were also sex working to fund their addictions. So I got in touch with Greg, the manager. We had a good chat, and then basically he was kind enough to introduce me to some of the girls who were there. We had a chat basically about their experiences, and the kind of premise of the video is for me to speak to these women, you know, who are out there. And you know, the girl in the video, she's only like, this is the initial video, the Naughty Mr. Singh one. She's probably early 20s, quite clearly distressed and very vulnerable in the video. So I thought it'd be a good idea to speak to these women who've gone through similar circumstances, so people can hear firsthand, you know, what they've gone through and, you know, how they see their lives sort of panning out and stuff. So if people are wanting to, or people do think these videos are funny, then you can, you know, listen to what these girls have gone through in their stories, and maybe hopefully create a bit more understanding and think twice about, you know, just finding these things funny, because, you know, I was there for the day, and, you know, these girls have gone through some horrendous stuff. I spoke to 3 young ladies, as you'll see in the video. For obvious reasons, the girls are off camera, so you won't be able to see their faces, just for confidentiality and stuff. So yeah, you're going to just have to stare at my ugly mug for about 15 minutes or so. But it's really, really interesting. I learned like a lot being there. You know, it's amazing speaking to these girls. Like, you know, I just want to say thank you if they're watching this or they get a chance to watch it. You know, really strong, really brave to, you know, tell your experiences. You know, I'd only met you for a couple of hours, and, you know, you're telling me things. So I really, really appreciate it, and I hope this video can create a bit of understanding, and I hope you guys enjoy it, basically. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been involved. You know, please like, comment, share the video. If you know if there's something in the video that you think, you know, really resonates with you, then drop a comment. Or if you've got any further questions or any ideas of videos I can do like moving forward, then I'd love to hear from you. But without further ado, I'll stop talking and let's get into the video. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm here at the Manor Women's Project in Walsall. I've just spoke to the manager, Greg. Had a good chat with some of the girls and stuff today who are based here, and we're just going to have a bit more of a chat with some of the girls. When did you guys come to the Manor Women's Project?
I came in May this year. I have been here before, but I had a lot of issues and I was totally different to what I am this year. My head wasn't in it, and I basically came in last year on the hope that I was going to get to keep my child, not because I wanted to be clean. And then this year I came in because I actually want to be clean myself. I have got a baby that's in care, but I'm not just here just to get him back. I'm here because I want to be clean, and I nearly died in December, so I need to be here.
What's your kind of like story leading up to coming here?
My mum hit me a lot, and I was sexually abused by my sister's dad. I found that hard to cope with. I was in care, and then in the end I was passed from like pillar to post. I had 53 different foster homes, a boarding school and a children's home, and then I ran away, and I was homeless for like 4.5 years on the streets in Torquay and Devon, and I just give up. I think all I ever wanted was the love from my mum, and I never had that, so I replaced that with drugs. I just like blocked everything out, to be honest. And then you just end up taking it, not because you want to take it, because you're so ill that you've got to take it. It's the only thing that's going to make you feel normal. When you come off drugs, you realise that you're actually not normal when you're on drugs.
Yeah.
But at the time, you feel normal, because if you're not taking drugs, you're really poorly. You know, well, the drugs I was taking anyway.
I came in the Manor project 12 weeks ago. When I came in, I'd had a heroin and alcohol addiction for 20 years, on and off in that period. My 2 other children had to go and live with their dad because of my alcohol issues at the time. I had a baby, they removed her at birth, and I'd been clean off heroin for 8 years, and I went back on heroin after I lost my daughter. And my children had to go and live with their dad. And then just before I came in the Manor project, I'd had another baby in the April, and she was taken off me at the hospital. So I came into the Manor project hoping to get clean and free of heroin, to be a mum to my children. And the Manor project helped me, and I've had a lot of support here and help, and I've managed to stay drug free. And I've recently been reunited with my daughter. So she's back living with me at the Manor project, and she's been with me now for 4 weeks, and things are looking good without drugs and alcohol for the first time in years. And I've just had my other children this week stay with me as well. So things are looking better.
The kind of premise of me starting these videos was to do with the initial video I saw that we spoke about earlier. Like, say if that was you in that position, obviously it's a different time because, you know, different times and whatnot, but if that was you in that position in that video and it kind of took off like it did, what would be like the kind of, you know, effects of that on you, like personally and stuff, like, you know, like obviously because it's gone like viral and stuff, how would you feel that would implicate on you and stuff like that?
I feel terrible, you know. People forget just because she's a drug user that she's not a person. She's got feelings, you know, and she's doing that obviously for a reason, not because she wants to do it, but it's an addiction. And when you've got that addiction, it makes you do things that you'd never dream you'd think you'd do. But people seem to think that, oh, you just get on drugs, and it isn't like that. Nobody wakes up in the morning and thinks, oh, I want to be a heroin addict when I leave school, or, you know, you fall into it down that path for, you know, normally because of deep, you know, psychological issues and mental health issues, which on the outside you don't get the help. You know, I've struggled on the outside for years and years with no help. And it's only since I've got more help in the last 12 weeks since being at the Manor project than what I have in 20 years. And I've accomplished more than what I would if I'd been on the outside. So there's not enough help out there, you know, and there's just not enough known about it.
People have just mocked it. It would just probably send me back out there again, in all honesty, because it's hard, isn't it? You know what I mean? You've gone viral, everyone knows your face, everyone knows your name. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, you've definitely put me back on drugs again.
This particular blog that I saw the video on was called The Wall of Comedy. If you could sit down and have a conversation with the people who posted this video, or the people who kind of found it funny for whatever reason, what kind of would you say to these people? Like,
it's hard to really. They find it funny, so they obviously have got no compassion to start off with. Do you know what I mean? I think you'd probably have to make them walk in your shoes for a little while, and you know, like stand outside out there and on the streets and feel the cold and see what conditions we actually live in. Do you know what I mean? And tell them our stories, like come here and hear all the stories here and see if that can change them. But I think if someone's initially going to laugh at something like that anyway, they've obviously got no compassion to start off with, to even want to make a programme like that, and I think they're very shallow-minded.
You know, she's out there trying to survive. She's not doing it out of choice because she wants to be prostituting herself for a couple of quid or whatever. You know, she's out there because she's got to. You know, and there's deeper reasons into that, and people should see the bigger picture instead of just laughing at it. You know, it's wrong.
And personally, I think that a lot of people out there are laughing because everybody else is laughing at the followers. And I think if that was me in that position, I'd be disgusted that people had actually shared that. Now, myself had commented on the actual video and said, this girl clearly needs help. She didn't wake up as a little girl and say, I'm going to be a heroin addict today. You know, you're all laughing out there, but shouldn't you be reporting videos like this? It does make me really angry, but there isn't enough help out there with the other agencies. There's just not enough help, you know. You'll have an appointment maybe once a month, and in those appointments you can fiddle the tests. If you go for a urine sample, I've done it myself. You can fiddle them, and there's absolutely no chance here you can fiddle it.
Yeah. Just, Greg was saying earlier.
Yeah, they won't. But we're here, you know, because we want to be here, and I think if there was more places like this with genuine people that put in as much time as Greg and Alison do, then maybe there wouldn't be as big a problem, because the drug agencies really don't help nowadays. They just leave you to your own devices, put you on what they call, it's supervised script, but they call it, I can't remember what they call it actually, but it's basically so someone's seeing it every day. You've got to pick up and drink it in the chemist if someone's seeing it every day. Safer prescribing, and then you're just left. You pick up your prescription once a fortnight.
And just have to go to your own devices.
Yeah, there are groups and stuff, but you have to access them yourself. Obviously, out there, I think you just end up dying out there. I nearly did.
Is there any reason that you guys can think of that maybe why people are so desensitized to this kind of thing that's on social media in respect of why what's their, you know, we spoke earlier about people might not have had anyone around them that's suffered from addiction or anything through their lives, so maybe if they've not had any experience in them respects, then maybe this is why they're just kind of finding it funny. What do you guys think about that kind of stuff?
I just think it's just pure ignorance, and you know, people are not, they're just seeing the surface of what it is. They're not seeing the bigger picture and thinking, well, why is that girl doing that? And people are just taking advantage of that situation, that poor girl, and when she's probably struggling and got enough problems going on already, which is just going to make her feel worse and you know, make her self-esteem. You have low self-esteem when you're a drug user anyway. So to do that and portray her like that, that's just going to destroy her and make her just feel like she's got to blank things out by taking more drugs, because that's what heroin does. It blanks out your emotions, it blanks out your feelings. You know, if you're feeling down, what do? You take your heroin to get out of it, so you don't feel those things.
So I think people should be educated from school about compassion and stuff like that, because I think a lot of young people today do lack a lot of compassion. I do actually believe that video was more targeted at Mr. Singh though, because there was a previous video of him. Do you know what I mean? I think it was more targeted at him, but unfortunately she's getting the backlash of it as well, which is a shame. Do you know what I mean?
Can you tell us some of your experiences here at the Manor Women's Project, and you know, how do you see your life moving forward and going forward and stuff?
I've been here for 4 years now. I'm not saying I'm the greatest behaved person in here, because I am far from it, but they've never give up on me, absolutely never. They've got me in touch with every agency that I've needed to get in touch with, and they've stood by me and even said, what can we do to get you through? You tell me, what do you want me to do to get you through? And that's the difference between every other agency. This place listens to you, and the rules may be different for another person to another person because it's catered for you. The rules are now catered for you, and I think that's better. Do you know what I mean? Your recovery is set for you. That's the main thing. And the time, I can phone him at 4 o'clock in the morning. He'll come and get me wherever I am. I'm in London, Greg. I'm absolutely stuck. I'm going to use drugs. I think he'll come and get me. I really do. I really do. You know what I mean? I honestly do. So where we going, girls? I'm going
Just
to
to know, Greg's sort of doing a little sniper rifle movement from the back of the ring.
Yeah, I honestly do. That's the time that they put into this place, do you know what I mean? That's what they're committed to. And since being here, I've got I started on entry 2 and entry 1. I'm on maths and English, and I'm now level 2, and I've got students of the year in my multi-skills construction, and I'm just working on mental health issues now, which is slow because of the NHS, but I'm getting there. So
Good.
yeah.
I've had support off all staff here and girls as well. The rules here, like when you first come in, you've got to do a 3-month lie down, but there's a reason for that, because if we went out that door a week being here, I can tell you now that I would have used. I know I would have. Even after 3 months, you kind of think to yourself, am I ready to go out, by myself? Am I really ready for this? But I've had support with, like, on Friday, my baby, the reunification plan's going to start. So I'm going to have him all day Friday, and then that'll be like every Friday, and then Wednesdays as well, and then eventually he'll come back. But without the support from the staff here and like Alison coming to meetings and stuff, there's no way I would have had that baby back. No way. If it wasn't for this place, it'd be adopted. Like my other child, unfortunately, it has been, because I messed up last year. But all I can say is thanks to Alison and Greg and, well, all the staff here.
Yeah, mine's a bit similar story as well. Like I say, I wouldn't have had my daughter back if I hadn't have come here, because on the outside they wouldn't have given me a chance. And if it hadn't have been for Alison and Greg and all the support they've given me and all the time they've put in talking to me and that one-to-one time, that's what you don't get on the outside, that one-to-one special time. And here you have counselling every week with qualified counsellor, and she's brilliant as well. She really puts the time in, as well. So all those things all add up, and it just works here, and it's a good place, and I'm glad I come here, else I won't be here now. So.
Right, guys, Gavin again. Just thought I'd do a little sign-out intro. I just want to say thank you very much once again to Greg and Alison from Manor Women's Project for having time for me and sorting out this this kind of interview, and also thank you to the 3 girls who featured in the video for being so honest and being so open and sharing your experiences. I hope that together we can create a bit more of an awareness and understanding for people who are going through similar experiences, and it's not just to laugh at people who are maybe not as fortunate as us and have maybe not had the opportunities to make correct choices in their life for whatever reason, whatever they're going through and stuff. So yeah, once again, thank you for everyone who's involved in the video. Also, thank you everyone who's spent the time to watch it. And watching a video of 15 minutes on Facebook nowadays can be a bit of a saga, but thank you for sitting it out and watching. If you guys have got any comments, anything from the video, or obviously I spoke to a lot of the girls off camera as well, which wasn't recorded. Any questions, any comments, any feedback, any opinions, I'd absolutely love to hear it. If there's any other things that you think are quite a prominent topic that need talking about or looking into, then I'd love to hear from you. Also, I can't stress enough, and I always do in every video, sorry for going on about it, but if we can share this video as much as possible, then it'd be absolutely amazing. The more people see it, then the better, these kind of things are, creating awareness. And, I want to reach out to like Wall of Comedy and stuff like that and let them see it. And, hopefully, like, I think Link Up TV posted it as well. So I'm going to reach out to them guys and just say, look, this is what's going on. Like, basically just share the shizzle out of it, because the more people that see it, the better. And, I went up there for the day, and it's I think it'd be really good if these girls, they're given a voice and they can, through social media and stuff is a powerful thing, so we can use it positively and create a bit more awareness, even if it's a tiny bit, I'm happy with that. So yeah, share this video, I'd be really appreciated. Any comments, feedback, drop them in the box. And yeah, thanks again for listening, and I shall speak to you soon. Peace. One final thing I completely forgot about, I've set up a Just Giving page for the Manor Women's Project, so if you want to, if you kind of resonates with you, the kind of work they're doing, then even if you pop £1 in there or something like that, it's been much appreciated. Greg and Alison like working the socks off and doing amazing things, and I could just down there for the day and I see how happy the girls are and how they're improving and stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to donate any money, you know, £1, £10, £20, 50p, whatever. Every little helps, as I say. I'll drop a comment, drop a link in the box below with this video, so just click on it, and yeah, if you could donate, it'd be much appreciated. And now this time I'm really going. Peace.